sit here now and I'm like, I did so many fucking things in 15 years without the coke. And guys, it hasn't been a smooth journey. We had those edibles, we had fucking reefer. It was, we discussed it last Wednesday on the podcast, Lee and I. It was nonstop. Cat tranquilizers, which he reminded me of. Happy pills from Vegas that he reminded me of. It was, and we were making it fucking happen. We were making it happen, but we weren't conscious for the experience. And that's fucking not good. That's not good. We were not conscious for the experience, The other night I was at Uncle Vinny's and we were all talking about people who stick with comedy, and they have like a fucking, it's not good. At the end, it's never fucking good, And I made a statement. And one of the comics said to me, you made that statement, it just wasn't, and he was right. He goes, I said that if you're 45 years old and you're still a feature act, you should start considering something else. And he was like, I don't agree with you. I go, you wouldn't. But that's what I did. That's what I did. At 45, I had nothing going on. Nothing. So what was 45? 45 was... 40 would have been 2003, so 45 was 2008, right? I got married in 2009, right off the fucking powder. After I was sober a year, I didn't make any decisions till I was sober a year. That's how cautious I was. I was very cautious. I took my time. I didn't go to meetings, but I read the big book. I read an addiction book from time to time. I knew I didn't want to go back. It took me 6 months to not be scared anymore of getting high. Like, it took me 6 months to go, woof, okay, I don't think about it every day. Now let's get 6 months. And that was 6 months of sleeping. You go to bed, you wake up, and your mind gets better. Little by little by little, you just get better and better and better. It took me a year to start making decisions, and that's the decision when I got married. And at the wedding, I was like, I don't want to fucking do stand-up no more. Like, I love doing it with Joe. I'll go on the road with Joe, and I'll fucking, I was going to get a job selling cars at the Ford place around my house, and I would have done anything. I would audition, because I was in L.A. anyway. I would audition, but I quit fucking comedy. I was pretty much done. I was like, yeah, I'll open for Joe if he wants me to. And then one day I got a call from Felicia. We started doing podcasting, and the podcasting led to other things, and here we are. But I wouldn't have released that statement if I didn't live it. When I was 45, I didn't see it. I didn't see myself. Yeah, I had some movies under my belt, and I was a regular at the Comedy Store, but I didn't see that this was going to turn into anything special. And then through podcasting, it came back, and I became the comic that I am today. But it's very weird that you have to really look at yourself when you're growing in this type of art thing. Because at 45, if you're still a comic and you're still trying to hustle, and you're still a feature act and trying to hustle fucking spots, I don't know what's going on with your home life. But if you're a feature act, you probably got no fucking, you're out there every week. So you may have a girlfriend, you may not have a girlfriend, so it depends on what point of your life you are. But there's got to be a point in your life where you look and say, this is either working or it's not working. You have to be very honest with yourself. When I decided to get out of comedy, it wasn't that it worked. It fucking worked. I was at the store. I told you I already had great movies under my belt. I had some great things I had done, but I was ready to move on. I didn't know that the podcasting would help open up another chapter, and I'm happy it did. But, guys, so much has happened since I didn't get high anymore. So if you're getting high, whatever, don't quit today. Quit on your fucking time. But know that there's going to be a greener fucking pasture out there. Just know. I'm telling you this right now. Whether you're taking one pill a night, a couple pain pills, you're snorting coke, you're drinking, if you fucking just take a time off, there's a green pasture over there, and it's fucking waiting for you. How do I know? Because it was waiting for me. I never thought I could ever get off a fucking drug. So weird. I was reading this article the other day by my friend, what's her name? Tiffany Haddish. And she was talking about, it was an article she did in some woman's magazine. and it was talking about what she did with the money from Girls Trip. She got 80 grand and she paid off a house. And people were like, what the fuck are you doing? And she goes, I want to pay it off. And then something else happened and she bought a house and she started questioning about generational wealth. So she started, and this is what people, when you look at Tiffany Haddish, you don't think about this shit. But it all came down to Tiffany Haddish paying off that house because she never wanted to be homeless again. She never wanted to be homeless. It's so funny how your mind just grips onto certain things. I took such a beating in my first marriage. I was such a loser. Let's get it right. I was such a loser in my first marriage that for years I didn't want to look at it, that I had lost. I thought marriage was just fucking bad, So I was turned off to the idea. That's why when I did that thing with Ryan Sickler, I spoke about that I was just dating women for a long time and it was getting me nowhere. And it was time to fucking latch on to something like that. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but what she was trying to say, Tiffany Haddish, is what I do with my life, I got locked up and I should have got locked up another 10 times, in my life. But I learned so much from getting locked up that I knew one thing. I never wanted to go there again. I never wanted to go there again. Like, there was no way I was going there again. And I did some slip-ups and stuff, but I ended up in prison, and I ended up on a fucking stage, I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be on drugs again. And it's so weird. When you get off drugs, you always feel like you could relapse at any time. So I'm a little cautious about that, but I'm not. Oh, shit, Mike. Mike and I were talking about movies the other day, and we were talking about The Crow. Mike loves The Crow. I fucking love The Crow. I loved The Crow so much that I broke out in tears the other night when I was watching it.
You watched it again?
It was on. It was on from the beginning. I sat Mercy down, and we watched The fucking Crow and, all those guys. I forgot that I had met the guy that was a pawn shop owner. Mm-hmm. I did a movie with his ex-lover before he died. That guy's very, very gay, very nice guy. And I when I met his gay lover, and he told me he was married to him, I said, ask him, Doug, do you know he did Miami Vice? And he's like, no, I didn't, because he was a young guy.
Gideon. His name is Gideon.
Gideon in the movie. And he goes, no, I didn't. I go ask him tonight when he played El Gato. He used to wear a cape and shit. That's when I knew he was gay. When he wore the cape and he wore like little glasses. And he played El Gato. And he came back, the guy next thing, he goes, oh my God, I talked to my husband. He said that was the time of his life, that he was just banging 18-year-old studs in Miami and all this shit. But I love that movie, The Crow, for reasons that nobody would understand, It's just Bruce Lee sending a message to the world. Like that, for me, when I was watching it, dark and shit, in my drugged up, disgusted Cuban mind, I'm like, this is Bruce Lee sending a message with his son, whatever, but it didn't matter. There's a scene in that movie where the fucking guy who fucks his Japanese sister is snorting coke. And I'll never forget that he's having a conversation. He's gibberish. And he fucking puts the straw down and he does a line of coke. And I looked at that. And I'm like, right now, people would think that I would get in my car and run and buy coke. Like that would make you,
That could be a trigger.
That could be a trigger for some people. And I'm like, bro, that's a trigger for me to stay off the shit. Like the opposite. Like when I see that shit now, it's like, wow. And guys, again, I fucking love cocaine. I used to put it on my dick. I would stick it in my asshole from time. When I found out you could put a coke rock in your ass, no, I didn't do that. Yes, I fucking did. No wonder I shit crooked. The shaft is all off in my asshole.
What about your eyeball?
You think I'm fucking kidding? Yeah, never mind the eyeball. Cocaine fucking ruined me. And that's it for a fucking Monday morning, cocksuckers. That's all you need today. We already fucked your world up. I had a great week last week, and it's going to be a good week this week. We're doing Wednesday, and then hopefully we could do Monday. But next week I'm out of town for 8 days, and then we come back for Labor Day. And after Labor Day, it's fucking full fucking steam ahead, straight to 2000 and motherfucking 23. This is the time of the year. One of my sponsors this week is Liquid IV, and the other sponsor is DraftKings, who I fucking love to death. They're great. I'm going to tell you something. This is the time of the year to get on with DraftKings. I know it's the UFC this week. Usman, you're going to have a great time watching the great fights on that card. But this is the time of the year where it's pro football, bitches. I couldn't believe I turned on the TV this week and I was football. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they didn't have one game on yesterday. They had like 20 games on. When I was on that party Saturday night, I was sitting there at a table at this restaurant, a back room, and I kept watching the Pittsburgh game. I'm like, I can't find. Then they kept switching it to Denver, Dallas. And I'm like, holy shit. What the? And I looked at the fucking phone. It's the 14th, the 13th of the fucking August. So, but I just want to say one thing today. Because I was talking on Tiffany Haddish on how you, when she said she didn't want to be homeless again, and that's what she took out of being homeless. That's why she bought a house. Today is the 36th anniversary of me getting sentenced to prison. So I want to send a shout out to myself for making it happen, and the judge for throwing me in fucking jail. The cop and my man, Ken Vella, for taking the kidnapping like a man that he is. In fact, I'm going to call him tonight out of respect. I might even tape the conversation for you motherfuckers just so you could hear me congratulate him to make it from that ropey afternoon that we had him all tied up in the rope and shit. And, but no, that's it and that's that. Today was 36 fucking days. I spoke to my brother yesterday, Georgie, and I go, Georgie, think about it. Today you were on your way to Colorado taking a flight there 36 fucking years ago. That's a long fucking time ago, but guess what, motherfuckers? That burns in my fucking heart every day. And every time I think about that anniversary, my dick gets hard. I did it. I didn't cop out. I didn't run away. I didn't go to another country. I did my time. I fucking got out there, and I became what I became. Whether it's good or bad, I'm still here slinging dick. I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Stay black, and I'll see you cocksuckers Wednesday. And now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors, Jack.